So we talk so much about neurodevelopment and neuro-natal. Let's talk about an example of that in the context in relation to vision.
That's a great context. In the first 4 months of life, vision tends to be blurry, not as fully developed except for in a certain distance. And it turns out that distance would be like if you were holding your infant, breastfeeding or bottle feeding. So this distance, that's the distance of clarity. So what's farther away or closer is not in focus for the infant, it's right here. So the learning is taking place right there. So that's the beautiful part of it, is that the infant has their parent, their caregiver, and they're learning things right here. So the importance of that is that, and often, especially in the first 4 months of life, the time that that's occurring in terms of alertness for vision development is during a feed. So that's why feeding is such an important opportunity and time for the parent and the child. So you have your baby and you're feeding, and so you have this vision developing, but at the same time it's look back, tracking, hearing, all of that thing. It's at the same time that's happening, attachment is happening. So the baby is connecting to the caregiver, and the caregiver and parent is connecting to the baby. One of the things we know about vision, and this is the amazing thing about it, is that we have two visual fields and you want them both to develop. And this is why it's important that you flip your baby. So you're not always feeding on one side, you also feed on the other so that the vision balances. Neuro-ophthalmologists have talked about the fact that when we only feed on one side, or if we prop feed, for example, they're not developing those muscles in the eyes like they need to. So best thing to do is to be feeding on both sides, do that, and take that opportunity to really engage with your baby. Smile, smile back, coo, coo back, because not only is that attachment, connection, the baby hears you make the sound they make, and so then they feel understood and heard, and so they're very connected to you. But it also provides that opportunity for development that's necessary from a sensory standpoint for vision.
So not only are the eye muscles developing appropriately and equally, but there's just this amazing opportunity where your infant is feeling connected, their neurons are connecting, there's neurodevelopment. It's so powerful. And it's a beautiful time to connect with your infant.
Yeah, and that look back that's happening, we call it that dance of connection. It also has a rhythm. So what you're doing with that, when you look and look back, you're providing input, they're providing input. So it's like a little bit of a volley, back, forth, back, forth. It develops a rhythm, and that rhythm is also key to regulating yourself. So later on in life, to be able to handle a conversation back and forth, to be able to calm yourself down, all of those things are all learned in that time period.